In all his years in television, movies, on Broadway and in the performing arts, Tony Danza retained his perfect Brooklyn accent and moves while describing things about himself in his variety show Tony Danza, Standards and Stories. He joined me to discuss the show and his career ahead of his one-night-only appearance at the Zeiterion Performing Arts Center in New Bedford on Friday, November 11th. Danza was a household name in the 1980s because of the enormous success of Taxi and Who's the Boss, for which he was nominated for an Emmy Award and 4 Golden Globe Awards. "I am a garbage man's son," Danza said. "You asked me to talk about my fridge magnet highlights, and I can't help but pause and think on how very lucky I am to have had the greatest adventure, ending up on Taxi on my first attempt, surrounded by the greatest cast, both in front and behind the cameras." Danza said he learned just by being on the set with such top stars as Judd Hirsch, DeVito, Jeff Conaway, Andy Kaufman, Randall Carver and Christopher Lloyd. A professional boxer before pursuing a career in acting, Danza tells stories all about his unsurpassable journey that he blends with familiar songs from the Great American Songbook. "My show is different from any other, because it's not just a bunch of songs, dancing and telling jokes, but it's all about making a connection with the audience through the stories and songs that nurture the emotions," he said. What surprises audiences about Danza's talent? "People are curious as to what I do on stage during the show," he said. "Actually, I've been doing a variety show act for years. It's really so much fun to do." Danza said he gets so much out of connecting with the audience after the show, when he meets and greets his fans for photos. "I am really excited to be coming to the Zeiterion in New Bedford, and saying hello to everyone in person," he said. If you'd like the chance to hang out with Taxi's Tony Banta, who everyone makes money on betting he'll lose his boxing matches, or with Who's the Boss Tony Micelli, the live-in heartthrob housekeeper, come the Zeiterion Performing Arts Center, Friday, November 11th at 8 p.m. You're in for some pleasant surprises. The worst 80s movies. The 80s were great, but not every 80s movie was great, as these 20 titles prove quite definitively.